Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle Haluta from CZT Kazumi Ikegami. I hope I got that close. All right. Oh, this is a beautiful tangle. Oh, so much fun. Oh my gosh. Today is Thursday, the time of this recording, and that means it's Tangle Time Day. So we played with this tangle, and that's why I'm always extra excited when on the Thursday daily tangle, uh, Zentangle Quickie. Oh, so much fun. All right, we'll get right to it. This one starts off with seed shapes, and I'm going to make this a little off center because it can grow. So I'm going to put, this is how I found it easy to start off. Um, Kazumi has, on her step out, has just one seed starting. I found it easiest to think of it this way: doing two, right? In a seed shape, if you don't know, it's curve line one direction, curve line the other direction. If you have a challenge uh, with it, because I used to, you do the one side, you can always flip your tile and do the other side after flipping your tile. That way, you're using that natural curve of your hand. It's helpful. And then at some point, maybe you get to where you can just draw it upside down, and it's okay. It's never, mine are never that. Well, this one isn't too bad. This one, eh. But anyway, you get a little more consistency, and if that helps. All right, then we're gonna squish two in here, and I'm gonna do the underside first because sometimes I find that easier. And I will tell you this: this is one of the beautiful things about this tangle. It doesn't matter; they don't have to be the same size. If they're a little, lopsided, whatever, don't even think about it. Just keep doing. So we're going to put, essentially, this is just putting 6 seed shapes in sort of a circle. And don't worry about that either. Okay, so once you have those, then pick 2, and up here above them, we're going to do an additional seed shape. Now I like to do it with this side going first, so that way you can kind of place it, because you want to have some spacing, some gaps in between. All right. Now this one, if it looks familiar, if you have been tangling for a while, or maybe you hit this one first, there is a Zentangle original tangle called Quandary, and this is a lot like it. All right, and then we're going to do that on all sides. So it's kind of like we're making little triangles out of each pair, and each pair, one side is shared with the next. And this, like I said, just floating. Don't worry about anything. You can have fun with the shapes, or it shapes the size of your seed shapes, the distance. Just a lot of fun. Okay, so once you have this, then in these, you see these little triangles that we've created. I'm just going to put a little orb, little dot, like that. Then, and I'm calling these bridges. So from that dot, a little, you could do it straight if you want. I'm doing it with a little angle. And now on my version of the step out, this is my step 5. I kept one that, just so you could see, like this with it open, with all the sides open, and then filled in the rest. So that way, I need to see, well, what shape is that anyway? Because it's hard to tell sometimes with small things. Is it angled? Is it not? I mean, even though I know it doesn't matter, I want to know. Inquiring minds, right? And we're going to do this for all of them. I do like to have it flare a little bit. But that's just me. And, it doesn't matter where they end up on the seed shape. Nothing has to line. Oops, well, I wanted it to go the other way. There we go. Nothing has to line up with anything. Wow, I'm being backwards. Wow, that's funny. Let's go straight and then I'll flare it out. Okay. Wow, weird. This one is also nice. I mean, because it is so repetitive and you don't really have to think about anything, that makes it a beautiful meditative type of tangle. You can just so lose yourself with this. Just even in these steps right here. And as you can see, like I said, it doesn't have to, nothing has to be in the middle. Just go with whatever, go with the flow. And I like these kind of tangles because it epitomizes what Zentangle is for. And that was to teach, or what it was designed for initially, to teach meditation through art. And so by doing these repetitive strokes, and the and because the strokes are things that you don't have to worry about the outcome at all. It doesn't matter because you see how neat that looks, just like that. Um, I just really like these kind of tangles. And then we can put some little dots in the center, and that is one complete haluta. Now, if you want to grow it, and yeah, in both of our step outs, I emulated what Kazumi did by using um, the red color for this next step. But it is still, I found it helpful to kind of talk things through. So here's what you do to grow this. You pick one of these first seeds that you did, and I'm going to pick this one. So this is one half of step one then, just this seed. So I'm going to separate it. I'm going to put it right here, right? So this is finishing step two. Then, oh, I have half of it's already done. So those two are done. I just need to, oh, I could have made that a bigger, but it's all right. Doesn't matter. And then I'll put these other two, like so, and then continue. But we have, half of it is already done. And then we come around the outside with those seed shapes. Mine are having a hard time lining up, but you just line them up afterwards. And then, you just continue. One thing I would highly recommend is to do the steps in the order. So even though this is really a partial one, continue the steps as you work, because I keep thinking, oh well, I could just continue with the seed shapes, and I think that for a minute, and then it's like, no, you know what? That's going to make it really confusing. So I would just stick with one circle at a time, which then too also lends itself on to the meditative mindfulness, if you're using it for that, and even if you're not using it for that on purpose, you get the side effects of the sense of calm, the relaxation. You don't have to do it on purpose. That's what I think is so beautiful about Zentangle is that it works either way. Well, I must be trying to do that a different. Every once in a while, I keep flipping them the wrong. I want to have a little flare going out to the sides, and I keep going the wrong way. I don't know why, but that's a good thing that we're filling them in because it is a little course correction then. All right, sometimes you get into a certain groove in a certain order, and just that I think that's where my challenge is. I'm mixing that up, and if when I'm going to do it a different side first, then it's like, well, no, wait, no, that's not going to work. Okay, and then I was like, okay, oops, wait, let's put the little, because that actually helps too, because that way you can kind of see, oh, center, center, and then you can do more. What's fun, I'm going to do this one over here. And this one, see, I've got 4 of the 6. So what I found helpful is, okay, what fits better? Which is gonna same thought process as I just shared. All right, where's the other half of my step 1? And I'm gonna make it here because I was looking here. I'm like, nah, for whatever reason, I'm not liking that, so I'm gonna put it here. No more rhyme or reason. It's just, oh no, I think I should do right. What? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I tell you this too. If you end up with, not 6, don't fret. It's still okay. Just do. Right. There we go. Right off the page. All right. And this will be the last one. And then we'll share some shading ideas. But it's just a fantastic tangle. And I would encourage you to play with this. I was half joking. I'm going to play with it some more because I'm thinking that you could steampunk this one. And I'm not really into that, but for some reason I was seeing it as I'm doing it. I'm like, oh, if you left that open and maybe made it a little bit bigger, and made these. I know it was because somebody said that theirs looked like I won't mention the name, just to protect the innocent. Mention that these all look like biohazard warning signs, and I'm like, oh, you could have fun. You could make the orb bigger. You could have fun with that, if you wanted to. All right, and then if you wanted to decorate the inside of the seeds, you can. Um, I saw some beautiful examples of that, and of course, it's an up to you. Love it. And this could be a nice fill in. It could just be something that you just do on its own. You just fill it in, and these guys don't have to be complete. They can be whatever they want to be. And you know what? I'm gonna do this different than. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, so here's some ideas for shading on the tips. I did it different on my samples that I'll show you in a moment. I was trying to do something different so I'll give you different ideas. So just in the tips. Well, actually, I did sort of do this on one of them, but that's okay. You will see, oops, in a moment. All right, and I'm not even really following my rule of have the tip of the pencil, because I'd be flipping this around, and everybody would be dizzy, including me. All right, and then we're just gonna we'll smudge this out and bring it towards the center. This it's helpful, because mine are small. I grabbed a new tortillon, and we just want to smudge it out. This part, it does help to do just the side that you don't want it to go over, just because see how that the tip just fits in there so nice. But I do somewhat try to make it in some kind of order, so that way it's, like I said, it's not flipping the tile continuously, even though I am. Want minimize it. That's what I want to do. and then you can break your own rules. The biggest thing for me is to have it so that way I have little chance of getting graphite where I don't want it. And see how neat that's looking. It gives them that bendy look, bendy, shiny, kind of almost metallic-y type of look. If you want it to be more dramatic, then just add more. Although these are kind of dark, but add more graphite and you get more of that look. Okay, oops, almost got them all. And as you can see, I'm bringing it out, say, a third of the way in, so that way you have this middle third to be the shine. And it just has a really neat look. All right, then, and I'm going to use an old tortillon because I really like that she did this also, just in that little center, just a little bit of graphite. Like I said, if you use something, a tortillon that's old that has a lot of graphite on it, then you don't get the graphite remorse. And keeping it lighter than the rest, so that way, same thing with the graphite remorse. It's not all blended in and just looks all gray. There's a little bit of difference there. So that is it. Such a neat tangle. Now, another option. In this, I did not put any graphite in the seeds. I just put just the little lines, just light, kind of, and I lifted off the pen. Have I gone blurry all of a sudden? Over here is blurry. Hold on. Do not adjust your eyes. Oh, that helps. Okay. But just putting in these little lines and lifting off the pen, as it finishes versus having it be deliberate from start to finish. It just kind of gives it a neat look. And then I put, like I said, no graphite on the seeds, just in the centers. So it just has a different look, and it's cool. And then this is on a prepped tile with some Lindy's Magical. It's a fuchsia something. So it has, let's see if you can even see. I was playing with these. They're so neat. And they tangle nicely. Oh, there. You can see it has like some purple shimmery highlights in there. And then all kinds of other colors. They're just really neat. So in this one, I did similar to this, but because it's on a color, I used the white charcoal in the center of those. So it's just a gorgeous tangle. A lot of fun, like I said, and fun that you can lose yourself in the tangle and just keep expanding it as far as you want to go, and it's hard to stop. So really neat. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please click like, and if you liked it enough to see more, please subscribe to the channel. In the description section, you will find links to the step outs. I always do my own version, and then link to the originator of the tangle. And I haven't mentioned this in a while. The description section, if you look at, it should be under the title of the video. So it's like below the video. I forget. It depends on what you're watching it on. It probably has my name and picture, and then the title of the video. But somewhere in there, I know on my app it just has a little caret, a little down, V, that you're just supposed to know that there's stuff there. But on like a regular computer, it'll give maybe the first line of the description, and then it'll say read more or show more or something like that. So just so that every once in a while I get that question, so I have to remember to say something. But so there you'll find the links to the step outs, ways to connect with me if you wish. So if you would like to partake in this kind of fun, and there's no guideline as far as we're all doing it this way. No, it's just we're all doing this tangle, and everybody does it however they want to, and they work on whatever they want, and with whatever materials they want. My mom was on the second session was working on a bowl, and so if you subscribe to the channel, you'll get a notice when that replay comes out. Also, if you subscribe to my blog, when I send out the post that says, here's the recap, then you'll see that. But that's the only thing that we have in, you know, the only instruction is this is the tangle, and that's it, and it's a lot of fun. So join us. These are free sessions. I do them every Thursday unless I have something really weird, and then I usually just shift it to a different day because we can't go without our fix. And I do 2 sessions, morning, 2 a.m. and p.m. for me. Everybody has their own time zone, but that's why I call them a.m. and p.m. Same tangle, just more fun. Let's see. And to extend the fun even further, if you happen to be on Facebook, there is a link to our amazing Tangle Addicts community. So we have a private group there. There are 3 questions to gain entry, so you're aware of that. I always hate, that hitting the decline or seeing that people are declined because they didn't answer the question. So I'm letting you know. What else? I have a link to my Facebook page there, and so then you can follow postings for other classes. Most of them, a lot of them are free, and I do have some that are paid, so that way I can keep myself in pens and electricity and all of that kind of stuff. And I also have a membership club. So if you try it and you like it and you think you'll take at least a class, then it pays for itself that way. If it's a class a month, then it pays for itself. So with that, I think that's all the information I have, the extra stuff, and I appreciate your watching, and I wish you happy tingling.